word microcosm means small world, or something small that's representative of something much larger. And that's exactly what you get with the Microcosm pedal by Hologram Electronics. This small, little compact box contains entire worlds of glitchy, melodic, and ambient soundscapes. So let's take a look at what a big deal this little pedal is. The Hologram Microcosm has 11 different effects organized into 4 categories, and each of those effects has 4 different presets to choose from, for a whopping total of 44 preset sounds to choose. This can be a little overwhelming, so I'm going to start by showcasing just a few of them. I found that the Microcosm plays especially well with short, high-pitched plucked or percussive sounds, so I'm going to be using some instruments that demonstrate this, including a Kalimba with a piezo pickup, as well as an inexpensive acoustic electric mandolin by Rogue. To explore what each of the knobs does, I'm going to take advantage of the built-in hold sampler function while I play my Squire Bullet Telecaster in open D tuning using the Strum C preset. What sample hold does is it freezes your last snippet of sound that you played into the pedal's buffer, much the same way as the EHX Freeze, Game Changer Plus, or TC Infinite pedal do. By default, this is a latching effect that you can turn on or off with the foot switch, but this can be changed to momentary mode in the global settings. Let's start by adjusting the space knob. This is the amount of reverb. Cranking it all the way down removes reverb entirely. Cranking it all the way up makes the mix 100% wet. The mix knob is the blend between the wet effects or process sounds and your dry signal. In this case, we don't hear a change when maxing the mix knob because I'm not playing a dry melody over top of the frozen sound. The filter knob filters out higher frequencies when you turn it counterclockwise, so it's essentially a low-pass filter you can use to somewhat mute or dampen the sound, but I tend to prefer it close to max. The The shape knob will drastically affect the sounds produced. The triangle waveform creates the smoothest transitions, while the ramping or sawtooth patterns create a more stuttering, glitchy effect. And the square form is more of an even rhythm, but not gradual like the triangle. The repeats knob works with the activity knob to determine how long to draw out the effect and how many times to trigger granular snippets. Time works much like most delay pedals, where you can increase the frequency to trigger faster and more frequent responses. The activity knob essentially determines the complexity of the effect. All the way down is the simplest form of the effect, while turning it up will often incorporate longer snippets from the buffer or more changes in pitch and tone. Let's turn the time all the way down for hypnotic pulse, then max the reverb and the space knob. When I turn off the sample hold, the sound continues due to my maximum repeats I've set, so I'll turn those down to subtly fade the effect. In addition to the hold sampler, the microcosm contains a phrase looper which can be used as a simple standard looper, or you can apply some crazy microcosmic effects. Although it's not the default mode, microcosm can be used as a standard looper with optional reverb and modulation without any of the crazy granular effects that it has. To do this, you need to turn on looper only mode. As you can hear, the sound is clean. Let's crank up the reverb with the space knob. This is also a good time to show you that you can hold down the shift button and turn the space knob to use its secondary mode, which allows you to select from 4 different styles of reverb. You can also hold down the shift button and turn the repeats and shape knobs to adjust modulation depth and frequency. By default, the microcosm records your loop post effects, which means you can change effects for new overdubbed layers, but you can't adjust your original loop. However, if you turn on the pre-effects mode, then the loop is recorded without any effects applied, and you can adjust settings just like we did with the sample hold, including changing the preset entirely. The looper also has a reverse mode, which you can trigger by pressing this button. Each time you press it, it will flip whatever direction all currently recorded layers are playing in. demonstrate how the microcosm can take a basic sound or progression and expand it into something otherworldly, I'm going to show how I made a little ambient track using just a ukulele, a virtual synthesizer plugin, and the Hologram Microcosm pedal. Sometimes I stumbled upon some sounds I really liked while trying out different microcosm presets with different instruments, and that's what happened when I tried SEQ-C with my Luna acoustic electric ukulele plugged in. The microcosm expanded a simple arpeggiated G chord into something much fuller and richer sounding, practically a song all of its own. So I decided to make this into a short ambient track and flesh it out using the Space Pad preset from my BeatSkills Synthwave KZ virtual synthesizer. Finally, I decided to add a boost of spaciousness, and although I could have used only Microcosm's wonderful built-in reverb, I decided to add a touch of different sound using my Valhalla Vintage Verb plugin.